right, ThunderCast fans, we're here with Glenn Pedro, running back from that early 90s, but definitely the 92 team. And Glenn, thanks for sitting down with me, man. It's great to have you here. I just want to talk a little bit about some of your accomplishments, memories back then, what you're doing now, that sort of thing. So if you wouldn't mind, give everyone an update on what Glenn Pedro is doing now.
Glenn Pedro is living in Atlanta. Right now we moved there from New York 17 years ago. I've been married to my beautiful wife for almost 21 years. It will be in January. We have 2 kids, a son and a daughter that's 2 years apart. My daughter is a junior at Southern University, and she runs track there. And my son is an incoming freshman here at Marshall University.
Yeah, Cam Pedro on the roster. You and I talked about him earlier.
Yes.
And we're hoping for some big things here. There's a lot of former football players' sons that are here now or incoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing.
It is.
I mean, I think that's a great thing. I mean, the important thing is that they're all good players.
Yeah.
You know, first and foremost. I mean, I asked my son before he came, I said, you sure you want that type of smoke? Because there's a certain expectation that comes with
the pressure of being,
Right. And just the legacy alone.
But all the good ones thrive under pressure. And
yes, sir.
I'm glad to have him here. I'm glad to have the other athletes' sons that are here and coming in. I love that lineage. And obviously, he loves Marshall, you love Marshall. Tell me a little bit about your memories from here, not just with football and everything, but what the school means to you.
I mean, I would say, and I'm just being honest, I should have appreciated it more then.
Okay.
But I will, like, I appreciate it now. But I will tell you this. I mean, what Marshall means to me, because most of my friends that I keep in touch with now are my best friends from that time period, is that you know, we were one big family. We were always together, whether it be in class, whether it be eating, whether, you know, we cried, we slept, we partied together, we did everything together. And that's why, you know, these guys, most of them, we're still close till this day.
Yeah.
But, you know, Marshall was a big part of my life, and that's why it means a lot for my son being here, because I wouldn't want him to be anywhere that he wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, you know, you and I talked about this before, obviously off camera, but I have to just bring it up. 31 rushing touchdowns, tied for 6th with Ahmad Bradshaw here, and everyone wants to talk about Bradshaw. He went on to the NFL and everything.
Right.
31 touchdowns, still in the top 10 in rushing, with just below Brendan Knox, Darius Marshall, some big names. But why don't we have a Glenn Pedro appreciation for your? And I know you don't want to toot your own horn, but I mean you've got some impressive stats here.
I mean, I don't know. I guess. I mean, I feel like I was a consistent player, and I would say, you know, my job wasn't glamorous, because I also, you know, aside of the rushing stats and the touchdowns, and there's a few receiving touchdowns too left out on there too.
So you 36
Everybody says
total,
I couldn't
right?
catch, but there's about, I think it's 3 receiving touchdowns.
Okay.
But you know, I took pride in blocking. And that was a part of my game. You know, they said if you were going to be a complete back, you know, you had to run the ball, catch the ball, and be able to block and pass protect. So my coach at the time, Coach Perry, he helped me fine-tune a lot of things that, you know, I did at running back, because he was, you know, he played at Oklahoma. But I mean, I don't know. I could just tell you that, you know, what I did, it wasn't glamorous, and, you know, we had a lot of other big names on our roster, and, I never really made like all conference, all American, and I could say at the time, I guess, with me coming in, nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing was expected, but it kind of came out of nowhere, and it was just an extra addition to the team that other teams didn't expect, because I was blocking at the same time.
Yeah, yes, sir.
If that makes any sense.
And you and Orlando Hatchett were in the backfield at the same time and both putting up good numbers. And then this 92 team, Chris Parker comes in.
Right.
And now you've got 3 amazing running backs. Can you tell me a little bit about that dynamic?
I'll say, Chris Parker was in a class by itself. I say he came in on the tail end of the 92 team, but if anybody looks at those games there, I want to say in that 92 year, Chris Parker almost had 1,000 yards rushing.
Yes, he did.
And he also, and I say he was able to accomplish that is because by the third quarter we were out the game. Coach Don, they weren't into blowing out teams and stuff like that. They would pull us out the game. So you got a fresh back coming in the fourth quarter, and he's trying to do his thing. But Chris is a great runner, a great back, a great friend. He's my frat brother. We have a long-standing relationship, and I love him like a brother. So
that's awesome.
I'm proud of him and what he was able to accomplish.
So this might be a loaded question. Favorite memory from football? I mean, you've got a pretty big one that we're celebrating here tonight, obviously, but is there anything that trumps that?
Favorite memory? I couldn't really point to one because we had so much. I think we had so much success in the 90s, and we did a lot of celebrating. A lot. That wasn't nothing new to those teams because we didn't lose a lot. So
absolutely.
I'll just say the camaraderie with my teammates. We took vacation together, spring break together. Once again, I just harp and say the friendships we had, the friendships that were created in those years were something that's a big factor on my life now and was a big factor on my life then.
How about a favorite play call? And I'm talking about the name of the call that gets called in. Do you remember one that?
Man, that's a stretch. That's favorite play call.
We should have brought the offensive coordinator here.
I would say any time I was in a game, it was a favorite call because I never wanted to be on the sideline.
There you go.
So whether it was running, blocking, the kickoff team, pass protection, if I was in the game, I was going to try to affect any play that was called. That's the best thing I can tell you on that.
Hey, that works. Glenn, thank you so much for stopping in. It's a pleasure meeting
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
I appreciate you remembering me.
No, always, man, always.
All right. Thank you.